Right now in your Fast Track to 7, we'll hear in just a few hours from another Fargo police officer who was involved in the deadly July 14th ambush shooting on 25th Street South. At noon today, the department is releasing an interview with Officer Tyler Hawes, who was shot that day.
And now the police department previously released video interviews with the other officers, Andrew Dodas and Zach Robinson. We have a link to those already on our VNL News app. We will also be posting today's interview once it comes out. The man charged in the death of a North Dakota sheriff's deputy is undergoing a mental health evaluation. Charges against Ian Kramer include murder while fleeing a peace officer, reckless endangerment, and drunk possession. Ian is the son of current North Dakota U.S. Senator Kevin Kramer.
The Highway Patrol says Ian Kramer was running from the police when he hit a deputy squad car head-on. It was on December 6th in Mercer County, killing Deputy Paul Martin. A North Dakota judge is hearing arguments tomorrow on a request to block the state's abortion ban in situations where the procedure is needed to preserve the life or health of a woman or in cases of lethal fetal conditions. The Red River Women's Clinic, formerly of Fargo, is challenging this law, claiming that it is too narrow and violates the state constitution.
The North Dakota Supreme Court blocked that ban in March because it did not allow for life or health-preserving abortions. But state lawmakers passed another total abortion ban the following month. Opponents say the medical exception language is vague and it makes it unclear how sick or near death a woman must be before a doctor can intervene. New this morning, a southern Minnesota farmer going to prison for 3 years for making millions of dollars by falsely claiming that his crops were organic.
James Wolf of Cottonwood County purchased conventionally farmed grains from a supplier and then resold them with the organic label. That scheme netted $20 million in profits, which Wolf used to purchase real estate, vehicles, farm equipment, and put into investments.
6:53 right now. Let's get a check of your Fast Track forecast with Summer Schnellbachen this morning. Good morning, Summer.
Hello and good morning. Thank you all for waking up with us. We're tracking a few things over the next couple of days. Today, cloudier but warmer, melting temperatures back in the forecast for most of the valley. Quiet the rest of the week, but then this weekend, alerting you to some changes. Potential for some rain and possibly some wintry mix freezing rain to develop by Sunday night and into Monday. Now, mind you, Monday is Christmas Day, so we have gone ahead and called for that first alert weather day well in advance to alert you to those changes. We'll be watching them closely. Temperatures now much warmer than where we started yesterday. Upper teens to mid-20s. We're at 25 in Fargo, 23 Devils Lake and Fergus Falls, 19 Jamestown, 18 Bemidji, 17 in Grand Forks with mostly clear skies, but cloud cover will be increasing, becoming partly to mostly cloudy this afternoon. Highs in the mid-30s here in Fargo. Winds out of the south this morning, becoming more northerly later this afternoon with a weak cold front moving through out of Canada. That keeps temperatures across the international border, far northern valley, just a pinch cooler, upper 20s to those low 30s. Now, a little bit more about that Christmas Day, first alert weather day. Our storm system is still way out there. There's still a lot of uncertainty. It is only Tuesday morning and we're talking about next Monday. So it's really no surprise that our forecast models are in such disagreement. But let's enjoy the next couple of days that we've got. Temperatures still above average. The winter solstice comes on Thursday near 40 degrees. It still will not feel like winter until potentially some wintry weather arrives in time for Christmas. But then, Jordan, Ashton, we will be rounding out December and all of 2023 still above average and on a really nice, mild note.
Yeah, wow, that is super mild. But, you know, Christmas Day, we do need to watch out for that because a lot of people like to hit the roads now.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, big day.
Okay, Summer, thank you. Just about 6:55 right now. A new state law is opening the door for Minnesota churches to build tiny homes for people struggling with homelessness. The first faith community to put the idea into action is in St. Paul, where 6 buildings are now up outside of the Mosaic Christian community.
the tiny homes cost anywhere from $200 to $400 a month to rent. They include showers, kitchens, and even living areas. The state's sacred sanctuary strategy comes as homelessness jumped by 6% in the state of Minnesota over the past year. Concerns mounting in West Fargo as city leaders try to nail down a rate increase for sanitation and operational changes. They tabled that measure last night, but an increase is coming one way or another.
City leaders say costs are going up and they have to pay for these things somehow. There are 3 different options on the table, but they want the one that's a 5-year plan. The increase would come each year, starts at 20%, then goes to 13, 11, 8, and ends at 5%. That means if you're paying about $17.50 right now, your bill would go up to $29.34 by the year 2028. The service change impacts then will bulk and pick up.
Yeah, they want to charge you $10 per item for that. You'd have to schedule that in advance. Several people speaking against the idea, asking about people living in apartment complexes.
They should be charged the same amount. They're still throwing garbage out. I don't put my garbage out every week. There's only 2 of us in our household. I don't get a benefit. I don't get a break. I'm still charged. I think you need to look at the numbers you have here and be very concerned about the increases you're trying to take.
West Fargo city leaders will resume the discussion sometime early next year. Police in Beltrami County, Minnesota are reminding you to be cautious on the ice after 35 people had to be rescued Sunday from a chunk of ice on Upper Red Lake. It's a situation that can happen on any lake, especially with our warmer than average temperatures we've had.
They say even with the right precautions like checking the ice thickness and bringing life-saving equipment with you, an ice break-off can always happen. Even thick sheets of ice can break under the conditions.
It happened to be the North Shore. Big, strong 40-mile-an-hour gusting northwest wind came in and broke it off.
When that wind picks up speed or changes direction, it'll break the ice off, and people need to be aware of the wind, especially on Upper Red Lake and on every lake, because the wind does deteriorate ice conditions and can be a big factor in ice safety.
They say preparedness is the key to help yourself in an ice emergency. Always bring a life jacket or float coat and call 911 right away if anything goes wrong.
The DNR says there is no amount of ice that is ever considered 100% safe. However, it needs to be at least 4 inches in order for you to just stand or walk on it. There was another rescue over the weekend as well, this one on Lake Ashtabula in North Dakota. 2 men were stranded after ice detached from shore.
Yeah, here's a photo. Rescue crews had to go across about 100 yards of open water to get to those men. It took more than 2 hours to get them back to dry land. It appears the Warroad Warriors in northern Minnesota will get to keep their sports name and logo. This
all despite a bill that passed in the state legislature this past year that forces most schools using Native American nicknames and logos to change them. Warroad, however, appealed, citing their school's connection to the local Native American community. The Rink Live website is reporting that the school superintendent says a statewide lobbying and education effort to spread word about the origins of the Warroad High School nickname and logo appears to have been a success. Minnesota is on pace to get a new state flag today. However, there could be some modifications to the top pick. The state committee assigned to find a new design meets this morning at 9 a.m. to finalize their decision. The new look was put together by a man from Worthington. It includes the star you see there and the stripes. The colors blue symbolize water and the sky. Green symbolizes agriculture and forests, and white is for snow and clouds. The chairman of the group says today's meeting will look at a dozen possible alterations. However, they're confident they can come to an agreement. They do need to have it ready to be delivered to the state legislature by January 1st. There was a big find near Beulah, North Dakota. Coal miners happened upon some bones earlier this year. They're now confirmed as a partial mammoth skeleton. Yeah, we have a photo. It's incredible. North Dakota Mineral Resources says the remains were discovered on Memorial Day. This includes more than 20 bones. And this, what you're seeing right here, is a 7-foot tusk. They also found ribs and shoulder blades and parts of the hip. The bones are now at the State Heritage Center in Bismarck. Wow, talk about a night at the museum. Yeah, wow. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start. Thanks for waking up with us here on the Valley today. I'm Ashlyn Hill. I'm Jordan Schreier. Have a good one.